Right now it's time for episode 4 of series 4 of 50 world coins for $10. I bought 6 of these bags all at the same time. It's the 4th time that I have made purchases from this dealer of this type of product. And I love it for the mystery. I love it because I don't know what I'm getting in here. And I think it makes for fun videos. I hope you agree with me. The downside is one batch will tend to have lots of the same coins over and over again. This year, about half the coins have been from Japan, and of those, some are nearly worthless, some have been cleaned. Others have been pretty good. That might find some coins that are worth $1 or $2 out of it. And so also have found some good Czechoslovakian coins, and then after that, everything else in the bag has been really well mixed. The last one was pretty good. So before I get into that bag, since I did spend $55 at their table, one almost half price, since I spent $55, they went ahead and they have a big bin of carded coins. She picked up a handful and picked through it and picked out the 2 which were the least interesting or the least valuable, and she gave them to me for free. So you could say this is like a 51st coin that appears in this bag. So the zoom in on it. This one is going to be a really nice coin. Now, I wouldn't have paid $3 for it because I already have it, but in series 3 of these coins, I did get a lot of less than 1 baht Thailand coins from the 30s through about the 70s. But this one is as good as any of those that I saw in this series. So to get a freebie, I kind of like that. So let's dig in, and let me go ahead and pull the Japanese coin off the top. So so far we've got about 2 of these in every bag. This one has turned darker than a lot of them. Now this one is the older version of this coin where it has a Taisho symbol instead of the Showa symbol, which kind of lets you know which monarch the coin was made under. So the year here is 1916, and this one's going to be older than a lot of the others. But it's also the most well-worn that we've had. It's kind of discolored quite a bit. There's a 1 that goes across here, then the word for sen, some ornamentation around it. Let's find where it actually has the symbol on it. So this is the Taisho symbol right here. I think it looks like an lowercase I and an uppercase E, kind of written together in one character. That lets you know who the monarch is. This means it's year number 5. So that's how they figured out it was 1916. Y42. That's probably worth $1. I've liked getting these until I realized there's 5 in every bag. So I already had about 15 or more of these already. I don't need any more. But that's not the worst Japanese coin we've gotten. This one is different. I have not gotten any of these in the first 3 videos of these series. This is an even older 1 sen coin. And I don't think it says it on here, but this was during a very brief time when they used tin the metal, T-I-N, to make their coins. And you just don't see that often. This one's quite possibly an upgrade from my collection, even though it's only worth 50 cents. To me, I have personally found this one to be hard to get in good condition, or or uncirculated. So we've got the 1, we've got the sen symbol. And so this one, the last one had the Taisho symbol. This one has the Showa symbol, which gives the date. And it's going to have a year of 19. This is the Showa symbol on the end. Plus means 10. That's the 9. So year 19. So at least that one's different. We have a Canadian cent from 1921. One of the first years that they made the small cent when it was still George V. They say $2 on that. That can be pretty reasonable. Very fine, probably decent probability that is very fine. Also in this series, there have been a lot of envelopes with Czechoslovakian coins. uncirculated toned 1931 5 Hilaru. They say is worth $2.50. And I drop it. Let me pause the video. I dropped it. It hit my foot, rolled for a while. Eventually I found it. So they call this uncirculated toned. I'll give them uncirculated. I'm not sure this is natural toning on here. Maybe it is. But it's certainly not a coin that is as common for the kind of things that I've found. That's a pretty good pickup. Definitely a better deal. So, happy with that one. Here we have I think we had one or two of these in video number 1. This is a 5 sen from 1922. There's the symbol for 5 sen. And I like all the, I think they call these waves that run across the back of the coin. That coin in that condition is a nice pickup, as opposed to these, which I do not need. The modern 1 yen coin. Although 1966, it's an older date. I don't know if there are any key dates. I've gotten 5 of these in every video at least, so don't need any more of those. This one's if it's not cleaned, then that one's pretty good. That's going to be a 10. Has a lot of scratches on it, so maybe it has been cleaned, but this one's a nicer condition than I normally find it. I've noticed that if they write the price on these Japanese coins in pencil, then the pencil price is probably pretty accurate. Notwithstanding that if it's cleaned, it probably isn't worth that. Here's another one I don't think we've seen in the first 3 videos in this set. So it's a 5 sen from 1946. It's a large 5. 5 and R system. Year 21, 2 tens, 1. And the Showa. They said this one's worth 50 cents. Yeah, we have seen this one because I remember seeing this particular bird in an earlier video. But at least I've only gotten one of those. But we've got another of these, 1943. Moving on to Norway, we've got a coin from Zinc. Doesn't look too different than the coin that we had in tin earlier. A lot of these Zinc coins, they just don't look good. But it's the metal they had to use in 1943. This one you can still see a little bit. When a Zinc coin now almost always is going to look this dark gray color, but when it was made, it would have kind of a nickel appearance to it. And on this one, you can kind of see some of that barely little shining through on here. So this one has not discolored like most Zinc coins will. So that one's not bad condition. That's a pretty good one from my trade pile. So here's a 50 yen that we have not seen in these videos. They're correct. That's not silver. I wonder if they try to pass it off as a silver with a $3 price. But this is the older version of the 50 yen before they put the hole in it. So they haven't even figured out the date on this one yet. They're saying 55 through 58. Might be a lotus, I don't know. But if we're going to get Japanese coins, at least it's good to see different ones. Here's another different one that we haven't seen in this series yet. So we've got a 50 sen coin from 1946. So we've got a metal that's better than aluminum or copper here. So we've got a little bit of brass in this one on a 50 sen. Now in the last video, I believe we have the coin where they took this design and shrunk it a little bit. I don't remember having too many of these. We've got a couple of fish on the side, plus a lot of wheat behind the 50. Got to see which side the bird is up here. And this appears to be up. No, this side's going to be up. I see it now. There's the head sticking up. So it's like it's in flight and you're looking down on it. but these characters are facing up now. That's a nice coin. Did they even write the details on it? So we've got 1946, Y67 in the catalog. Extra fine, worth $1. Yeah, that's a good one. Got second one of these in the video. They say this one is worth $1.25 in extra fine condition. Here's one that I think is really nice. I've seen several of these flips before, and I don't know who produced them. They look really nice. Now, I don't need this coin. This is one of the cheapest coins you can find from Finland, but I like the flip on this one. So it's the first time I've ever actually purchased one of these. Important, keep this coin in the permanent coin holder. So, is that a recognizable cartoon character? Like, is this like the coins of Disney or something like that? Is this one of these products that I feel like I've seen on eBay people selling a series of coins that were actually manufactured by Disney? But that looks more like a cereal box character more than a Disney character, at least not one that I recognize. But I like all the detail that they have on this coin. So it's like, is it worth keeping this just because? Well, okay, it's telling me to keep this coin, so maybe I should. But let's see, capital city of Finland is Helsinki. The marka is equal to 100 penny. Finland has coins of 5, 10, 20, and 50 penny, 1 and 5 marka coins. So this is when this coin was made out of aluminum, but there was a time where it was made out of copper. So, yeah, I'm happy just to have this flip. That's kind of cute. Moving on, and I've been seeing this huge Japanese coin in the front now for a bit, and I don't recognize it. Sadly, this one appears to have been clean, and it's also, we had this issue in some older videos where this is an old school flip where it just kind of glues together instead of using staples. I might have to rescue this one. But it is a 2 sen coin from 1884, Y18.1. What price do they have on there? Is that $35 on this coin? Now, it can't be worth that because it's probably almost certainly been cleaned. I don't do this often, but I'm going to pause the video and just look up the book value of this coin and pretend that it wasn't cleaned. One moment. So after looking it up in the catalog, my catalog is about 10 years old, but they said this year was a key date, sort of. I mean, it's worth a little bit more than other years, but year 17, which was 1884, in extra fine condition, my catalog says is worth $25. Now again, it's cleaned. Where do you price it? They have very fine at $7. They had fine at $3 on here. So, but for what we're getting in these in this series, definitely take it. They had the catalog number wrong. This is 18.2 on here, so I'll have to make a note of that. So let's take a closer look at these because I just don't see these very often. I did have it, by the way, but I had it from not a common date year in very fine condition, so that's going to be hard to choose whether or not I want to keep this one or the other one. Cool find for this particular set. I'll give them that. So some of these videos are running together. I think we had this one in this video already, so it's the second one I've gotten of those. These are the bad ones. These are the ones that we're getting so many of. Don't need those either. Show me something better. Here's one of these, not clean but weird toning. Yeah, it's cleaned. Something other than a Japan coin, please. That is at least the ones that we're seeing in all the videos. Okay, so it's the first one of these that we've had in a while. This is a 5 yen from 1949. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember this. So I've gotten one of these out of the series so far. So they made this coin for about 3 years, I think. 40 cents for that seems about right. Another of those. Okay, here we've got a Hong Kong coin, first of those out of this batch. 1948, so we've got a George V coin. It still has some original luster on it. They're saying that's worth $2. 1948, 10 cents coin from Hong Kong. That one could be an upgrade to my collection. So, in the previous videos, I've gotten several of these one ore coins from Sweden when they were made out of copper. This is during the war. Looks like they had to make this out of iron, because iron just, they rust like that. So $1942. So grading on something like this is going to be pretty tough. The details are nice, but when it rusts like that, how do you grade it? That's a good one, though. See, I'm willing to put up with all of those nearly worthless 1 yen and 10 yen that have been clean coins because of the good stuff. So here's a bot from Thailand, a little bit more corroded. Again, has good details on it. I think that one was a 1-year commemorative. I may be wrong about that, but really nice details, good luster, unfortunate amount of corrosion on that one. See, 1 yen, another 1 yen from 1963. These are okay. Decent shape, decent condition. Got a 1921 on this one. Someone wrote on here a long time ago out of a pencil that didn't even stick. That kind of got erased. So they didn't estimate a price on this one, but that one could easily be $1 or better. That one's decent shape. Another clean tin. So here's something different. Cleaned and corroded. Take that what it's worth. So it's shiny and gross at the same time. Unnaturally shiny. Is this a British penny? Nope. Australia, which is harder to find. That makes for a decent trade piece. We do get back into the, it's funny how they call these 50 identified coins and there's nothing on it. Not that I have trouble identifying that one, but it's like, I can see why they don't. They probably make a lot of these. So here we've got an Iceland coin. I think we had one of these in one of our videos in the series. Went from $5 down to $2. Decent condition, probably an upgrade to my collection. 1946, one little spot of corrosion on it, but I'll overlook that one. That one's decent. Hadn't gotten a. We've had a lot of Czechoslovakian coins in the series, but this one's just the Czech Republic. So 2003, a 2 Corona. We've got another penny from Australia. So we've got the kangaroo penny again, 1958. Another from Australia. So these have pretty good value to them. So we've got a 1 penny before they put the kangaroo on it. This is going to be George V. No, George V. My brain was thinking George VI, but my mouth said George V. And so I like this one more than the last one because it doesn't have the obvious cleaning to it. It still has a little bit of shine in weird places, but also the same amount of corrosion. If you went purely by, if you ignored the corrosion and went purely by book value, that one's probably going to be like $5. Here is a Brandon CX.56. They have some things written on here that I don't know what they mean. Is this another Czech coin? Yeah, so a 1968 5 koruna AU 85 cents. 1 point was 50 cents. They've marked off the cleaned on here. They white out that. They like reusing their flips for this. But yeah, we've gotten 3 or 4 of these in the series. Decent condition. Don't get too many of them. So we've got about 3 or 4 of these so far. That one's really nice shape. They only say it's worth 35 cents. I find this one so beaten up all the time. But 1942. Next we have, oh, what is this? I hope this is not like a casino token or something, because I feel like I've seen this before, but I can't think of what it's going to be. So let's flip it over and see that it is, this is a Czech coin that I don't recognize. That wasn't a, let's see, I am not sure I recognize this coin, which is a good thing. 25 Haleru, 1933. We've gotten a lot of Czech coins out of the series so far. This is one of the better ones, I think. They say it's worth $2. That could be right. So here's a half penny from 1911. Britain. Barely dinged up, but I like the condition on this one. It's like, yay, this one doesn't have large corrosion spots. So this is decent condition. This is one of those that I think so many people look for these that I think that one's worth more than what the price guide says. Here's a coin in a tiny flip. We've got a 5 Haleru from Czechoslovakia, 1970. I didn't mean this as a pun, but this is where you need to check your catalog, because they, they were socialists for a while, they were a republic for a while, and so you just have to double check with the dates to make sure it's which one you're getting. So we've got our next 10 coin. So I think we had one of these in the videos. There's what we don't want. That's what we get 5 of in every video. Another of those that we don't like. Another of these that we just had. 3 of those in one bag. And then let's skip one, and I hope this one's not cleaned, but it has the shine like it has been cleaned. That is unfortunate, because the details on this one are nice. Extra fine would be $1.50. That's probably about right if it had been cleaned. 1934. We've seen several of those. We'll move to a coin from Britain. We've got 1917 on this one. Not as nice shape as the last George V coin, but decent for that. The letters look nice, but the face is well worn. That's pretty decent. So, haven't had any Chinese coins show up in here. I'm glad they've actually labeled this one a little bit. One of these Chinese cash coins. They mentioned it's the Kwangtung Mint. Give it a date of 1875 through 1988. No, that wouldn't be right. I could see it being 1875 to 88, but not 1988 or 1788. So it's also very corroded. So if you had a Chinese coin catalog, it would probably be difficult to tell without seeing half the characters on here. But symbol on the left and the right are almost always the same. Top and bottom tell you which monarch it is. That kind of narrows down the emperor. And then you have to flip it over and look at these 2 characters. Essentially give you a mint mark. And so since we can see them well on here, they're able to determine as the Kwangtung Mint. So always kind of fun because it takes a minute for me to go through and identify where these come from. So if you're curious where these coins, where the seller of this set, those are the people you can contact. I don't know if they'll email anything to you, but I see them at coin shows all around the. I see them at the Chattanooga and the Georgia shows and Alabama shows, I guess. So, but they don't always have these kind of bags. If someone else goes out there and beats me to it, but this one is the best one of the lot so far, I think. So, definitely happy with it. Got a free coin with it that certainly makes it better. So, I was feeling not too good about the first couple of these that I opened. At least the second one was half price. First one had just too much nothing fun in it, but they're getting better with each go around here. And so I think that happened with batch 3, where the first one had a whole bunch of common date Soviet coins, and then after that they got much more interesting. And so 2 more in this series, but here at the end I'm going to link to my playlist of where I've gotten coins like this in the past, and I'll probably link to the last video of this series that I made. And even though I'm going to record all these videos in one day, I usually put about 3 or 4 weeks between uploading them, so it's going to be a while till you see the next one, but I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.